Hey carnivores, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Bella the Steak and Butter Gal, and in today's video, we are taking a little trip to Meataly. That's right, we're diving into the world of carnivore pizza. And I know what you're thinking, isn't pizza exactly what you're not supposed to eat on the carnivore diet? The meatzza has been a real carnivore craze lately because it is so darn delicious, 100% carnivore, easy to make, and also makes it easier to say goodbye to its equally delicious but far less healthy big brother, the traditional doughy pizza with bread, tomato sauce, carbs. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss out on my future carnivore cooking adventures. Now let's fire up that oven and get ready to create the best carnivore pizza you've ever had. So today I will teach you how to make two different types of carnivore pizza crusts. Both are delicious. One will be dairy-free, great for sensitive carnivores, and the other will include some dairy, but it will deliver a more doughy texture. Before we make the pizza crust, let's first preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and let that slowly come to temperature. Let's talk ingredients for our pizza crust. We're going to need some lean ground chicken. You can of course use lean ground turkey, lean ground pork, lean ground beef even, but because I want the pizza crust to not be too overpowering in flavor, I went with lean ground chicken. I'm going to do 1 pound of lean ground chicken for each pizza. For the flour of the pizza, I will provide you different options. This is pork rind crumbs, also known as pork panko, made out of pork rind chips. If you don't eat pork, you can use Carnivore Crisps chicken breast chips and blend that in a food processor to a fine flour. Or you can just go ahead and get the Carnivore Crisps flours that they provide on their website. They have a grass-fed beef flour, as I am showing right now. I will actually be going with the beef flour today for my pizzas, but you can use any of the 3 flours that I just mentioned. For each pound of ground chicken, I will be putting 1 whole cup of the flour. Once a whole cup of the beef flour is in both bowls, I will crack 1 single chicken egg in each bowl as well. Now, if you have a food processor or a hand blender at home, feel free to use that to mix each of these pizza crust blends. I will just be using my hands and mixing it up really well manually, and it works just as fine using hands. By the way, the pizza crust that I made were delicious, so don't worry about getting fancy gadgets or fancy tools for this. Here's the final product of the pizza crust dough. It actually kind of looks like whole wheat bread dough, but of course this is 1,000 times better for you. For our second version of the pizza dough, I will be adding in some dairy, and this is a very good brand clean cream cheese. No strange additives or weird ingredients added at all. So if you have some clean cream cheese, this will really give it a bouncier, fluffier, doughier texture to your pizza crust. I will be adding 3 whole tablespoons of the sour cream, and you need to make sure that it is at room temperature so that it is easy to mix with your hands. Once the room temp cream cheese is in the bowl, go ahead and mix it up until it becomes a nice dough. Now let's shape our pizza crusts. I'm going to take the cream cheese pizza dough first, put it on some parchment paper, then put another sheet of parchment paper completely over the pizza dough, and we're going to use, if you have a rolling pin, that would be easiest to roll it out. I'm just going to use my hands to spread it out and flatten it out so that it looks something like this. Of course, you can also control how thick or thin you would like your pizza crust. I was going more for a thinner pizza crust today. For my dairy-free pizza crust, I called Steak and Butter Guy to help out to flatten this one, and as you can see, he used his whole body to flatten it out into a perfect, beautiful pizza crust. All the way off. Look at that beautiful crust! Yay! By now your oven should be heated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and now we will transfer our pizza crust into the oven and cook for a total of 20 minutes. Now let's talk pizza toppings. I'm going with this raw jack style cheese for our pizza. I went with this one because it is the lowest in salt added. I prefer to not have salt at all in my carnivore diet, so of course today's pizza will be a treat meal. If you want to learn more about my no salt carnivore journey, I've linked that video down below. I will be making a cream sauce for Steak and Butter Guy's pizza, so we will be needing some heavy whipping cream, and we'll also use some of the jack cheese for the sauce as well. Meat toppings, I'll be using some sugar-free salami for Steak and Butter Guy and some ground beef bites for mine. Of course, you can use any meat toppings you'd like. To make the thick cream sauce for the pizza, we're just going to heat up our heavy whipping cream until it gets to a boil. Then once it gets to a boil, lower the heat to low and then add in some cheese to help thicken up the sauce. Of course, keep mixing throughout, and this should be the end product of your thick, creamy cheese sauce. If you didn't get shredded cheese for the pizza, go ahead and manually shred your cheese. And by the way, you do not need to use cheese for your pizza. An alternative is the delicious carnivore sauce that I made in my last meal plan video. It is simply made out of egg yolk and beef fat. I'll make sure to link that video down below in the description box. If you can't have products like milk but still want to enjoy the benefits of dairy, there is a great alternative that can strengthen your immune system on this carnivore journey without the flare-ups, sensitivity, and tolerance issues. This is Armour's colostrum. There are over 400 bioactive, naturally occurring nutrients such as peptides, antibodies, and antioxidants. It's 100% carnivore and is purified for seamless digestion. I recommend having 3 to 4 spoonfuls per day. You just mix it with a cold or room temperature drink of your choice. If you're interested in this Armour colostrum, you can all receive 15% off your order by going to tryarmour.com/SBGAL. You can also use my discount code SBGAL at checkout. Also link them down below. Okay, our pizza crusts are ready. It's been 20 minutes of cooking at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to take it out of the oven and put on our pizza toppings. For steak and butter guys pizza, I'm going to start off by spreading the thick creamy cheese sauce on the crust. Once that's evenly spread out, we're going to sprinkle a generous amount of our shredded raw jack cheese. Of course, since it is raw cheese, we will no longer get the benefits of the raw cheese after we heat it up in the oven again. But I always love the flavor of raw cheese more than pasteurized cheese. For steak and butter guys pizza, I decided to do half salami slices on one side and the other half ground beef little niblets, so it kind of looks like an Italian sausage pizza. For my pizza, I kept it as plain and simple as possible. I skipped the salami since it's way too salty for me and just topped it with raw cheese and the ground beef niblets. Now the final step is to just broil the pizzas for exactly 10 minutes. Of course, if you want it extra crispy, extra burnt, and extra golden, you can broil for up to 15 minutes. This is what it looks like broiled at exactly 10 minutes. The pizza crust is more doughy and not as chip-like, and this is what it looks like when it is broiled at 15 minutes. Much more crispy, golden, and browned. I decided to just take it out at 10 minutes and first do a taste test with steak and butter guys. So here I'm just slicing up the pizzas, and now let's do that delicious pizza taste test. This is yours, baby.
Where's the buns from?
I made it, babe! Our crust is made from beef flour from Carnivore Crisps. You can also use pork panko, and yours has some cream cheese for extra bouncy, and one
Very
egg
nice.
and the ground chicken that we got together.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
I even made like a Alfredo cream sauce.
I do like my cream sauce, so
Me
cheers.
too. Cheers.
Dang, it's like freshly baked too. It's so hot.
Cheers.
Cheers, dude.
Yay. Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.
This is awesome. You come up with this?
Mm-hmm. Wow, this is amazing.
I love that it looks like a pizza.
It so looks like a pizza. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Italian sausage on that side, pepperoni. What do you think of like the pizza crust texture?
It's like beefy flatbread.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious, baby. Thank you.
Mine tastes like flatbread.
Really?
Feels like a nice bread consistency.
Let me try this.
What would you rate it?
Visually, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Now, taste-wise, I would give this a 10 out of 10 because it really does kind of taste like pizza. This is like Chicago deep dish pizza.
I'm so happy Steak and Butter Guy loved the pizza that I made. Again, if you want a crispier, crunchier pizza, I would broil for 15 minutes. If you want it doughier, then I would broil for no more than 10 minutes. If you guys try this recipe, please tag me on all socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and here on YouTube at Steak and Butter Gal. I can't wait for you to try making this recipe and sharing it with your loved ones, your kids, and your family members. It really is the ultimate carnivore hack for those of you craving a delicious slice without all the drawbacks. If you're loving my cooking videos or just want more recipe ideas to keep carnivore easy, cheap, and not boring, check out my last week's video where I show you my top 10 ground beef recipes that are bound to keep you excited for more meat. And for those of you who want more help with meal prep or just more like-minded friends to cheer you on, I encourage you all to join the Steak and Butter Gang community. We really pride ourselves on being a safe place for all of you to mingle, learn, and support each other. Changing your diet and stopping your sugar and carb addictions can be really scary, and there's no shame in needing help like we all do. I really hope you enjoyed the pizza recipe, and if you try the recipe, please do tag me on all socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all at the handle Steak and Butter Gal. I'll see you in my next video. SBG out.